A lot of people in this world do not need a phone that costs $18,000. They don't care if it has the best cameras. It doesn't care if it's made of glass and metal. They don't care if it has the fastest processor inside. And they don't care if it's a 2K display. Some people just want a phone that just works. And this is what the Moto G does. But there is one thing that it does shine at: the battery. So stick with me and let me explain to you why the Moto G of 2025 is the phone for anyone out there who just wants something that works. So when you look at the display like this, what do you think? The first thing that comes to my mind is, wow, what's the resolution of that thing? It's pretty bright, looks pretty good. It's 720p, so it doesn't have the most pixels per inch, but you can watch videos on YouTube at 1440, 16 frames per second. That's pretty good if you ask me. And then on top of that, it has dual speakers. So you're talking about a phone that doesn't cost 18 grand, but you have dual speakers. Yeah, it exists. You also have a fingerprint scanner on the side that doubles the power button. And then on the bottom of it, you have a headphone jack. Oh, wait a goddamn minute. You got a headphone jack on the bottom of a phone that costs 150 bucks? Wow. Can't believe that still exists. And what's over there? Oh, that's a SIM tray slot. Oh, wow. So those things do exist. Got a microphone on top, got Type-C on the bottom there, and you have a dual camera setup. So look, let me make sure you guys understand what I'm saying here. So the Moto G of 2025, okay? It is a budget smartphone released by Motorola, obviously, 2025, and it has a dual camera setup. It has dual speakers. It has a 720p display at 120 hertz refresh rate. You can currently buy this phone right now for 174 bucks. And it's currently running Android 16. Wait a minute. Motorola updated one of their phones at a decent time frame, and it's the budget one, the cheapest one that they released this year? Yeah, man, it's out there and it does exist. So yeah, I'll open up YouTube real quick and then I'm gonna swipe down and go back home and go over here to the left, and I'm gonna swipe up and swipe down, and I'm gonna cut the brightness down here and open up YouTube Music, let that thing load up as well. And yeah, man, guess what, you guys? This is funny too. I'm able to do all those things just like a phone that costs 18 grand. And these are the numbers for the specifications. So yeah, those are some pretty low numbers. I have to admit, it's not the fastest thing in the world. It's just not. But as you saw, I'm able to still do the same thing on this phone that I can on the phone that cost 18 grand. So when you open up the camera here, so yeah, let's just be honest here. It's not the most sharpest thing, but it gets the job done. Wait, you got a pro mode? Whoa, that's crazy. And then just regular photos. So you don't have a wide angle camera on this phone here, but you can take regular snapshots, and you have a front camera. Now the rear camera is indeed 50 megapixels, all right? And you have a macro lens as well. And then you also have a fake camera. Now that's one thing I do knock Motorola for, a fake camera. That's not cool. You know, this don't put anything there, you know. It does add to the look of the device, so that's why they did it, I'm sure, but come on now. And yeah, man, like I was saying earlier, you're able to still scroll around the application and do everything else a phone that costs 18 grand does. And yeah, the numbers look like this. 100%. It's just nothing to talk about. You know, it's really low numbers. But the phone still does work. That is no question. And like I said, a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Now, one thing to mention is that the device does only come with 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. But most people these days do not need 256. They don't need 512. They don't need a terabyte. And as you can see, 720p, pixel density is 264. So yeah, they don't need those things. They just need a phone that works. The same way typing is working here, you can do the same thing on this device. The exact same thing. Since the device has gotten the update to Android 16, I can say the performance has definitely improved. And it made me like the Moto G of 2025 that much more. Now, when I bought this device here, I bought it through the prepaid carrier of Cricket. And when you open up the phone, you do have a charger in the box. You do have a USB Type-C cable. So you're not sacrificing any of those things either. Usually when you buy an unlocked phone, you're not gonna get any of that in the box. And it's ironic because you're paying more money. I am so tired of these OEMs shipping phones that cost a couple $100 and not giving us the AC adapter anymore. Now don't get me wrong, it's been a trend now for quite some time, but it doesn't change the fact that they're just being cheap and trying to save as much money as possible. And I'm not a fan of it. If a device like this has 30-watt fast charging, put the charger in the box. It just does not make any sense not to. So here's what pictures look like on the Moto G of 2025. And here's what a close-up looks like. This is a 2X. And here's a video. It's not too bad. It gets the job done. Oh, by the way, that's my dog, Max. He's just looking at me weird because, taking a picture and video of him. But it does a pretty good job. You can't really get too upset about it. $175, $150. But in my case, $60. And I got all this phone running Android 16 from Motorola, notoriously known for not updating their phones in a timely manner, if at all. So after all that, let's sum it up here. The Moto G of 2025. It's okay to have a camera that is just okay. It's okay to have a phone made of plastic. It's okay to have a 720p display. It's okay to have 4 gigs of RAM. And it's okay to have a budget CPU. None of those things are deal breakers when it comes to this device here. But one thing that makes it shine is that 5,000 milliamp hour battery and the fact that they gave it Android 16. I'm really happy for Motorola. They did a good job with this phone here, and the fact that it has the latest version of Android with their track record, it makes me a proud consumer. And I can't help but recommend this phone to anyone out there who's okay with having a phone that does a little bit of everything. But that little bit of everything can be done all day, sometimes 2 days in a row, with one single charge. Anyway, in the comment section below, let me know, do you currently have a Moto G of 2025 and how do you feel about it? Do you have Android 16? What's your experience like? Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your family and friends, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.